We're here, chat. We're live, Benio. Oh, you're not alive. Uh, um, you are a corpse. You're not alive. That's true. That's true. You're hanging in there. You're hanging in there. It's a white dog. Yeah. Or well, you're a star. So I'm gonna. But you're a flaming star. So I would imagine you're alive, right? Just star. Just stars. Oh. Well, I mean, we should fix that. Do you want me to make you one? I'll make you one. I'll make you one. Let Let me get to Microsoft Paint and I'll make you one real quick. Oh no! It's just gonna be a penis. It's gonna be a penis. All right. What do you mean it's not very fun, Crow? It's very fun to burninate the village. Burninating the countryside. Burninating the peasants. Alright, anyway. Welcome to AniBites, the anime podcast. This is episode 17. It is free week. Do not poke the dragon. The dragon is talking. Very rude, Dio. Not very bigly of you. Yes. Oh, yes. The free week is the time where we watch what we want to watch and we report back. And with me or read. That's true. We do allow the manga ings or the other ones, which I can't think of the name. That's it. Those. With me today we have that Brownie Boy. We have Cream Puff Pup with two P's at the end of their name. We will hear her being referred to as Nugget, Fluff, Pupper, Ow Wow, Bow Bow. We also Bow 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 Bow. We have Flaming Star 56? 56. Oh, Flaming Stars 56. Huh? You were here. You were part of the podcast. Yeah. Well, the numbers on my screen look very much like 66, and I knew that was wrong. So, and then of course we have the Sleepy of the Corpse or Sleepy Corpse. You can't hear them. Why can't you hear them? That seems yeah, that seems rude. That is
Eye drops is
I
crazy.
still don't have eye drops.
Have any?
Dragon, do I have to take your wallet from you and buy the eye drops for you?
No. Dragon should get eye drops, but they have not.
That's on you.
It is on me.
See if I
It
can hear us.
totally is. I fixed the problem.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
It is totally on me, and I will fix that problem eventually. All right.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, Annabelle. You bully that dragon until he gets his eye drops.
Baka.
Bully him and smash. I'll join you.
Hey, all right.
2-on-1. Let's do it.
Rude. All right. So
you're right. It is rude because you can't even beat us 1-on-1.
Dragon is not good at fighting games. They tried their best.
Wow.
I'd have to set my switch back up. Fair. Looks like I'm safe for now. Anyway,
I don't have to though.
All right, so this is free week. Basically, we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about what we've been reading, watching, smoke signaling, audio booking, whatever
Damn.
type of convention that we have consumed. And then we're just gonna talk about anime as a whole. Uh, that's what we're doing today. Safe for now.
That's very sassy.
Oh no.
Very sassy, Dio. So who would like to
So
start?
if he ever
Or
does a community Smash Night again, you should join us in bullying the dragon.
I need to get substantially
Absolutely
better
love
at
me
that.
Smash. I
Oh,
still
good.
have it. I have Mario Party, by the way. If anyone wants to do Mario Party sometime,
Ooh, yeah.
I
That'd
do
be
not
cool.
have my own parties, but
I
if
never
enough people,
freaking play it.
yeah, if enough people say they'll do it, I'll get it just to play with others.
Yeah.
So
I'm so down.
Oh,
I don't have
absolutely.
I don't have the newest one, but I'm down.
I have the other online one, not the new one.
Yeah, the past one. The last one.
Superstars, I think.
Yeah. I got that. But anyway. Does anyone want to start off? They want me to start off? We probably should have asked while we were setting up stream, but I didn't think about it until just this moment.
well, I figured one of us would take the reins and be a host, and then kind of decide from there.
All right.
I watched a really
Basically, someone's
interesting
gonna rush to
anime.
the front to grab the golden microphone, and then rush to give it to someone else.
Good.
Damn.
Nugget,
I
you're up.
watched a really interesting anime that
Yeah?
by the time I got to episode 6, I was like, I'm dropping this. Because
Oh.
holy shit. So basically the anime that I picked for this week
Mhm.
was
You have to raise your voice.
yeah, no, that's why I'm lowering my voice. I want to escape from princess lessons.
Oh.
It is a currently airing anime,
Mhm.
and the synopsis
Yeah.
is of this girl who basically from birth, like at one point in her childhood, her parents are like, okay, well we're gonna give you off to royalty now so that you can learn how to become a princess, and she has to deal with said princess lessons,
Okay.
and it's like okay cool I like this so far, and then it gets to the prince like getting introduced, and you get to see how much of a fucking weirdo he is, and it's just she's doing her best to like get away from him at some point, and she just keeps she's like ew no leave me alone, so she keeps trying to escape, but this I, Brownie can attest to this, but it's like very like creep stalker vibe, right?
Hmm.
Well, would you say?
Like he comes off he doesn't show negative emotions that much.
No.
So like whenever you see him on screen,
Mhm.
he's like smiling and he's happy to be there, and he does all these things to keep her, like, for the lack of a better word, trapped in
Oh.
the castle. So like even though like he doesn't come off as like evil, like he comes off like really creepy.
That's
and
weird.
what
Yeah.
sucks is that and what sucks is that like through the anime I'm here like okay cool, this is kind of refreshing, because it's like she doesn't want to marry this dude because she knows he's a creep, but slowly but surely the more that we got into the episodes it was like she's blushing around him, and she's just like oh could I catch feelings for, and I'm like oh I don't, this is more of a
No.
horror
That's
than
a
it is
That
what
sounds
like
Stockholmy. I don't like that.
it sounds very yeah, and I'm just like I really nah I don't, I had to drop the anime unfortunately. It was good for the first like 4 episodes because it's like she's doing these princess lessons, they have a ball,
Mhm.
and then like she sees the prince who is with another girl, so she stays, being um being in her state of princess lessons, she
Mhm.
goes over to the prince and is like who is this, and then he's like oh this is my new fiance, and she's like oh does that mean our relationship is over, your kingship or your whatever, and
Nah.
he's like yes, and then all of a sudden her character just fucking changes, and she's like yes oh my gosh, yes, bye bitches. And she goes up to her brother who she made a bet with, and she's just like, you owe me, you told me that we our bet, I won it, you gotta give me what you promised me. So
Mhm.
basically she moved out into into like
Interesting.
a village, and then
Interesting.
like the prince, being a fucking weirdo, went and stole her back to bring her back to the castle. And her parents are just like, you have to do this, honey, you have to,
Mm.
you
Mm-mm.
have no choice. And she's like, but I just want to be free, I want to do my own thing. But everybody in the show, that's another thing, everybody in the show is telling the main girl character to shut up and do what she's being told to do.
Mm. Mm.
There is no character so far other than maybe the maid that she had for the longest time, basically like
That's all
telling
they're saying.
her, you should do what you want to do. So yeah, I entirely dropped the anime because it made me feel like shit. That's my anime of the week.
Definitely fair.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a fair. Yeah,
I've
that's definitely
seen
fair.
a few I've seen a few anime where like the main character's an underdog, or like they got betrayed in some way so they have no allies. But this is a first for like, at least for me, where like the main character like truly, like nobody is on her side for like a romance. And I was like, really? It's like nobody like cares about the main character's feelings.
That's the worst part
I
about
mean,
it.
I
It's
mean, to me, it just sounds like an accurate period drama, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah.
The only thing that puts me off of it is that for the episodes that I watched with her is it it kind of paints itself tone wise to be like a nice little show. When it comes to how the characters look and how they act, it comes off as very cartoony, very soft. But like when they're actually like acting and discussing things about like her future and stuff, and it's like
Mm.
it comes off as like really creepy and manipulative. It I
Again,
don't know.
just like a period drama.
Yeah, I mean, like you're not wrong. It's just like I said,
Well,
it's like the
I,
the
I want to.
contradicting
Well,
angles and
let
stuff.
me rephrase that, like an accurate period drama, because like
Hmm.
that period dramas in the real world,
Hmm.
like they have some of that in there, but like they change a lot of stuff to make it more appealing to modern audiences.
One of the things that I actually enjoyed the through the episodes that I ended up watching with her
Mm.
is the once again it I feel like there's just supposed to be kind of like a comedy aspect to it, because she does the Looney Tunes thing or the Animaniacs thing where she addresses the audience. She turns and faces the camera and time stops and she addresses the audience.
Interesting.
And it's just like, yeah, it's like I don't, it's like wow, it's like I got myself in kind of a pickle this time. It's like as this guy comes off as like, well, I don't even think I can say that word on stream.
Oh
The
damn.
R word is.
Oh yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's like,
no.
he's over here being like this, and then she's just like, it's like, "Ah, what am I gonna do about this gang? And it's just like, what the? This is so bizarre.
I mean, to me, it sounds like a gag manga turned into an anime, because there are a couple of gag manga I've read. I don't
Oh,
remember
step on
any of
some.
them, and I didn't really read that far because they weren't that interesting. But there are a couple I've read that have similar premises to this.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's considered like I said, gag, because they are falling for each other, but like the whole situation is absurd, and like you said, like fourth wall breaks and weird stuff like that happen, and it's just like, yeah, no, this is a gag. It's supposed to be funny.
Mm. Mm.
Obvi-
Yeah.
I don't find it that funny, but it's someone's thing out there, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
don't know.
just got I just got really tired of it. So
It's unfortunately one of those things to where it's just like I'm curious enough to like start watching it, but I don't know if I'm curious enough to actually finish it. And it might be one of those where it's like, oh, did it end? Let me go watch the episodes at like 5 times speed just to see what happens.
yeah.
Like I have no investment in it anymore, but I do want to see what happens.
or I'm one of those that are you're like, oh, did it end? I'm just gonna watch the ending and then I'm done.
Mhm,
'Cause I
mhm.
remember to go off topic a little bit. One of my buddies was really into Seven Deadly Sins,
Mhm.
and then the anime took a dip in quality, and he's like, "Man, I really don't want to keep watching this because it sucks now,
Mm.
but like I want to know what happens at the end of these seasons." And so, like, I told him, I was like, "Why don't you just hit forward on your arrow keys on your keyboard to just skip forward 5 seconds?" And then he consumed a season and a half's worth of content in like 15 minutes because he was just like, skip, skip, skip. What happened? Oh, he did. Oh, skip, skip, skip. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Unfortunate, but that's how it is. Um, I can probably talk about what I ended up watching.
Yeah.
I think I think I did end up speaking on what I plan to do, and I did a good majority. Um I was going to enjoy I'm in Love with the Villainous,
Mhm.
and it is a Yuri with the two main characters named Ray and oh wow, this is embarrassing. I don't remember
Oh no.
Ray Taylor
I
and
remember Ray Taylor because she has like oh
give me a
no.
minute. I'm getting the book out. Hold on.
I
I
was
mean,
like,
I feel
why
like
can't I?
it's not that important.
Claire.
Claire,
Her
there you
name's
go.
Claire. Um
It could be important.
You don't
No,
know.
no, no. I just wanted to. I have a
Not
lot
for
of.
a
I have a
summary.
lot of. I have a lot of pride in remembering names.
Nerd.
So it's just
People
one of those
enjoy what
things.
they enjoy.
So
Pride in names is funny.
I watched a little more than half of the 12 episodes that are out for the anime. I watched 7 episodes, and I was planning on reading some of the light novel, but I got kind of wrapped up in my own projects.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, oh, excuse me.
YouTube light novel brownie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's going to be a new video coming up here pretty soon.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm probably going to start reading a lot more so that more content comes out. Anyway, other back to main subject at hand. I really did like the anime that I watched.
Super cute.
Oh no.
It stars our main character Ray Taylor,
Okay.
and she really loves otome games,
Mhm.
and she worked for like a black company over there in Japan, so she was very exploited. She would come home after like 15-hour work days and just be like, oh, all I want to do is play my video games. All I want to do is play my video games. And then she died while playing one of the Otome games that she was obsessed with. And I mean like obsessed. Apparently she had consumed every possible form of media that that thing had. She played through the game of every route. She 100% of the game multiple times.
Oh damn.
Um she has consumed the books, she's
Mhm.
consumed the fan games, she's watched and rewatched interviews with the developers to the point where she's confident that she knows more about the universe than the people who made it.
Damn.
And she's even released a dojin about her in
Oh no.
universe at like the conventions that happen in Japan where people like do for like comic and stuff. So she's
Cool.
super into it, and it's another one of those like, oh, here's an isekai where somebody gets thrown into a video game that they play,
Mhm.
but um her quote unquote overpowered her cheat function outside of supposed to be the protagonist of the game, so a lot of things are supposed to revolve around her. She just knows everything that's going to happen anytime, like, oh, it's school time to take a test on geography and history, and she's going to ace it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's where like some of like the power fantasy angles come in for that. But outside of that, the main focus is the Yuri relationship. It is her getting bullied by the villainess, but she loves it. In the
Oh
game,
no.
in the game she was never able to express that it was just like, oh, it's like one of my favorite characters in this universe
Is the
is
villainous.
Claire. Yeah, is the villainess, and it was like
I did everything for her to step
I
on
love
me.
I love the way she
Star
looks. I
one
love the way she
steppies.
talks. And it's just,
No.
and then so when she gets isekai'd, it's just, oh, I didn't see you there, splashes water on you. I thought you were a puddle. And then she's like, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe she spilled her drink on me. It was like, oh, I'm so thankful for this moment. And I was like, oh, and she steps on her toes while going through the hallway or something. Ah, those horrible shoes. I thought it was a bug. That's like filthy commoner. And it's just like,
Darkness
it's like,
moment?
I thought it's like I thought it was a bug, so I just had to squish it. And then like she bends down to like kind of like caress her foot a little bit, and then you hear her mutter something under her breath, and then it's just like, huh? What did you say? It's like commoner, and she's like harder. She's
So
just-
so
Yeah.
darkness.
so darkness.
Darkness.
It'd
I
be
love that.
hilarious if it was Darkness's voice actor.
It's really funny watching somebody get quote unquote bullied, but they really like it. And now that I'm like halfway through the anime, a lot of the times it's actually just getting reversed, where like they do their little friendly competitions of like, oh, do you we're going to go into this exam, and like if I pass it, I get to ask anything of you, but if you beat me somehow commoner, um it's like you can ask something of me, and she always wins. And Ray Taylor, because she knows the game inside and out, and she's like, so she'll be like, I have a good idea that there's like a festival coming up pretty soon. There's going to be an exam coming up pretty soon, et cetera, et cetera. And she always like can kind of be like, okay, well, if I do this way, then the game's going to take this direction. But so she ends up, she ends up turning the tables a lot of the time now, and it's kind of funny, like watching the bully get bullied. you You have no power. I can ramble on for a little bit longer, but I'm not going to. I did, as I
You're
mentioned,
free to. It's free
As
week.
as I mentioned, I watched I'm in love with the villainous. I watched the first 7 episodes. I'm gonna watch the remaining 5 episodes relatively soon, probably. Um, so yeah, I'll hand the mic off to whoever wants to go next, whether it's Phoenix, Star, or Sleepy.
I guess I'll go next.
Okay, all right.
So I watched 2 anime and like started 3 different manga.
Okay,
So
all right.
for the anime, one's a rewatch, one's a semi rewatch, if that makes any sense.
Like
So
something that you started watching, kind of gave up halfway, and then like rewatching, or like it was
more
not
like
fully
more like
appreciated.
more like I was busy at the time, and I when I did see it, it was on television. So
Oh,
that means
okay.
I saw the episodes like vastly out of order.
Fair, fair.
Yeah, but well, the one of the ones I started watching for, well, technically for the first time is Dragon Ball Z Kai. Now I've seen all of Z,
Yeah.
so I'm going through Kai for the first time, and like kind of appreciating the steps they took to cut out the extra stuff.
What is the
But
timeline? Is it just a remake?
it is a remake. They cut out
Yeah.
the extra stuff, and also they are closer to the Japanese version, because in the original Z, like when Goku, I guess this could be spoilers, I guess, when Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, he like is like legitimately like a force for good. Like in the English one, for the first time, they make this big deal out of it. Like, yeah, he's a defender of good, blah 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 blah. Like he's a hero. Like I guess the
Yeah.
best comparison would be Superman. In Kai, they go closer to the original Japanese one, which is like, I'm no hero. I'm just the guy who loves to fight. But what you're doing is wrong. I'm gonna stop you. And that kind of justifies like some of the decisions that he makes later on past the Frieza saga. To anyone who's familiar with
Yeah,
with
more
Dragon
of
Ball Z.
a kind of like accurate of Goku's fundamentally a selfish person, and he does these things because he wants a strong opponent. It
Yeah.
just
I
happens
mean,
to be.
he wasn't there for the kids a
I mean-
lot.
I mean, he's not like full like selfish, but he's like, yeah, he does like spare a lot of
Poachers
people
your
that
time.
really shouldn't be spared.
Yeah.
But for but yeah, like because I was doing something involving Kai on the side as well,
Mhm.
and I got clips of like an interview from Sabat and Shamel, who Sabat's not only the voice of Vegeta and like half the cast, but also like the director.
Mhm.
Uh, he was like, "Yeah, no, we understand that people like the original Dragon Ball Z, and more power to you. This isn't like saying that what we did before was wrong. This is just closer to what the Japanese had in mind."
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, because I really do like the Goku from, even though it's longer and has a lot of like extra stuff in it. I do like the Goku from the first dub of Z more than the Kai Goku. But that doesn't mean I don't like Kai though.
Yeah. Fair,
And
fair.
as for the other thing I watched, uh I just started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Nuts.
So
Yeah, I was gonna.
I got the brain cell.
There's
I
no-
got the brain cell.
Oh,
so yeah, like I've seen, like as I mentioned earlier, I've seen parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds,
Nuts.
and obviously
Mm.
yeah, and obviously everyone who's ever heard of 5Ds always
Nuts.
makes fun of the card games on motorcycles aspect of it, which I think is completely fair if I'm being completely honest.
It was definitely
for
an
me, like-
interesting take on the card game. Let's add motorcycles.
Ironically
they added
enough,
a motorcycle to Genshin.
ironically enough, in recent years they added like two different new ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! That, while not the same, is very similar to the way they play in the motorcycle duels.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're like called speed duels, and then they made a even faster version called rush duels in real life. It's really weird. Like, yeah,
It's Yu-Gi-Oh, but faster.
All I can picture is that there's some motorcycle gang out there that like plays Yu-Gi-Oh while going 100 down the highway.
Oh no, that's
And it's-
exactly that. I need that.
that would actually be considered slower than 5Ds, because like second episode they canonically went like 200 miles an hour
God damn.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
on motorcycles. It's just like really, but as I've said, I've seen clips of it. I really do enjoy the non-motorcycle duels. But it is nice to see like the story that I missed out on because of like I said, I watched it on TV and had a busy life at the time, so I get
Fair.
to see the storyline. And as I know I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, they have the Yu-Gi-Oh 24/7 Twitch channel.
Yes.
Oh no.
I keep forgetting they have that.
Yeah, it's cool, but the problem is it is 24/7, so it has no breaks. So if I go to sleep, I will have missed out like a good chunk, or maybe even the rest of that iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, like if you sleep 8 hours and there's 3 episodes in an hour, like that's a whole season.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
multiple.
Bro,
That
I
could
went to
be
bed.
multiple
Hey, go
seasons.
Zoom.
I went to bed in the like at the end of Duelist Kingdom. When I woke up, they were gearing for the Cyber World arc right before, like where they get trapped in the Cyber World. It's just like, really, I missed all of Battle City. Damn.
All right then. How dare that sleep get in your way?
I know. If only I didn't have to sleep.
Ugh.
The fuck is this? It's only like
But
our bodies need it.
Yeah, but obviously, if you like card games and you like, I guess some of the ass pulls that some of the characters come up with, then obviously I would still recommend Yu-Gi-Oh to this day. Because 5Ds, despite its flaws, the tone is really good, and I like as I said before, I like the non-motorcycle card games.
Was it over?
Sorry. Update. Breaking news.
Oh no. What we got?
I'm slowly researching in the background if I am not the only one that's crazy. on
Oh,
this
no. Here we
on the
go.
anime that I watched,
Yeah.
a lot of other people hate it.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
that was kind of
And I'm
obvious.
looking at the manga to see how it ends, and I'm absolutely not watching it.
Oh damn.
I found out
Skim
how
through
it
the
ends.
manga.
I'm like, no.
Spoiling yourself.
The author themselves is wording their afterword in the most creepiest way ever. Like,
Is the author a lady?
I don't know. It's weird because they say the second volume begins with an abduction and progresses quickly from there. Letitia slowly opening up her heart is really cute.
It's
Part of me hopes she can relax and entrust herself, body and soul, to Clark. I'm like, okay, fuck
Yeah. No.
no,
why,
No.
ew,
why does this feel
No.
like why does this feel like
No.
some frat boy that likes to like, oh man, it was like, yeah, this is how I would write a romance. And it's like it's like I would get a girl and abduct her, and then slowly she would see the my point of view, that I'm only here to assist her and love her, and it doesn't matter what she wants to do, because she'll eventually see the see it from my point of view and see that I'm right. And
This
it's
is
just like,
No,
this is that, but a manga. This is that the manga.
it's like
This is awful.
it's kind
I
of
mean, it just kind of sounds like they don't know how to write a love story, and that's for some reason they wrote a love story.
This
For some reason,
this was released. This is was released or started in 2020.
Well, yeah, I figured it was recent.
Yeah.
So
actually.
a lot of
Again.
things in 2020 that came. A lot of random shit that came out in 2020.
yeah,
Yeah.
Or I
Anyway,
suppose it's
sorry.
something out, but
My apologies. That was just
No.
like a
No.
breaking
That's breaking news. We like breaking news.
breaking news. I got it.
I wouldn't
I-
know if it's
you know-
breaking, but it is news.
I now wish for there to be more breaking news in our podcast.
Breaking news from
breaking news.
Knowing me, that would probably happen a lot.
I'm
I
about
need
it.
Fluff to have a button. I need Fluff to have a button whenever that happens.
Break. We interrupt your program.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
I guess I'll continue.
Yes,
Oh
After
no,
that's
I
okay.
didn't. Well, you didn't say you were passing it off.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
huh? What? No, I was gonna say yeah. I also started reading Uma Musume Cinderella Gray. It's fucking manga about horse girls,
Okay, all right. Interesting.
and I like it. The main character is very much an airhead. I like her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just yeah, basically both the anime and I believe the manga as well. Uh, both take like real life horses and then just make them into horse girls, and then just how they changed the racing circuit, but in like cute anime girl form.
Interesting. Interesting.
And I know you don't have it on your screen, but on my stream, I have a picture of one of the covers.
Mhm.
This is what the horse girls look like when they like get like serious. Like otherwise, they're pretty cute and fluffy.
All right, hold on. Because I
Yeah, I'll
recently
give you
saw
that
a
pic.
horse girl anime, like clip
Oh God.
where
It
where
reminds me of that
where they
one
were
thing you said.
comparing the animation for these humanoid horse girls versus Blue Lock.
For Blue Lock.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that Blue Lock's season quality went so fucking down. It just
And
tainted
it
the trash.
and
I
it
was
just
like, what the
okay,
hell?
okay.
Mhm.
I don't think it's the same one, but I'm glad Brownie saw the clip. I'll find it for you guys later, or I'll try to find it now. And
I'm very familiar with the clip that he's talking about.
sorry.
Yeah.
You keep going. I wanted to see if that was.
No, you're fine. Yeah, the only thing I really wanted to mention, for at least for Uma Musume, was that like all the horses are like named after real horses. So like, if the name sounds weird, you have to remember somebody really named a horse that.
Damn it.
Like like the main character is like I know I'm kind of butchering this. Ogori Cap, I believe is her name. And then like I don't remember the other one's name. This one it was like something God, and everyone just calls her God because of that, just to shorten her name.
I don't feel like it. Nickname.
Yeah, but like I said, the names are ridiculous because these are what people really named their horses. And then yeah, I'll mention 3 more books and then I'll pass it on to someone else. I'll try and keep them brief. Uh, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that name. Cute romance manga where uh the boy tries to lewd the girl with his mind. The girl one-ups him and lewds him even harder, and they are quickly falling for each other.
Yeah. Wild.
Like there is, I posted it in my Discord server. There's just a later on chapter where she just outright says to him, "You are my fetish,"
Dang.
and it's just like, damn,
Damn.
it's hard to believe that wasn't a confession scene. The other one, I actually sent this one to Brownie during the week. This one's a new manga slash anime, or yeah, new manga just started. It's about a girl losing weight and forcing another guy to work out with her.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like that.
Well, first of all, I like anything with thick girls in it. I'm gonna put that right out there. And second of all, I like reading these kinds of manga and watching the kinds of anime because they actually do inspire me to actually get off my ass and work out. The problem is that instead of working out, I read more of the manga. I'm like, wow, I want to work out, but let me read what happens next.
I feel that. I used to do that when I binge anime.
Yeah, but like anime is like yeah, like this and like things like plus size elf, great motivators for me to work out. I just like I said, I just need to stop just being like I should work out after I read another chapter. And the last thing I've mentioned, sorry I'm taking up so much time
No,
by the
no,
way.
no. That's all right.
Yeah. Uh Previously like a couple weeks ago I mentioned that I'm reading the manga I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire.
Okay, all right.
So basic summary of the intro is like a bunch of bad stuff happens to this dude,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you know typical guy appears in front of him. He's like, "Hey, you want to be reincarnated and do it all right?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "Great." And he sends him off. And then the dude turns out the guy who sent him actually orchestrated all the bad stuff that happened to him. And it's not just him. There's a whole bunch of people he's been doing this to. He just wants them to be miserable because he literally feeds off their misery.
Oh, yikes.
Like even the girl that because like one of the things is the guy got cheated on by his wife. Like he went up to her and immediately turned on her and made all the bad stuff happen to her. So it's just like, haha, you thought I was on your side? No, I'm on my side. And then like, yeah, no, but he sends this guy to in his hopes to be another miserable situation to feed him misery. But the guy's just like, no, I was screwed over in the previous life. I'm going to just be a huge piece of shit and get what I want. Turns out, he's not so good at being a piece of shit because everything he does has positive benefits for him and his people. The setting is sci-fi, and like even the guy, like at the point I'm at in the book, he is 30 years old, but the technology is so advanced that he's still in the body of like a 14-year-old.
Wait.
And
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
yeah, like
okay. I now understand.
yeah, like everyone has a long lifespan. Like even his like grandfather, who's like over like 100 years old, looks like someone in their 20s still.
Crazy.
But
Wish.
and I think it's the author, not the artist, but this is the same author who did the uh Trapped in a Dating Sim, the world of Otome games as tougher mobs.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, so I actually really enjoy it. Like if you enjoyed Trapped in a Dating Sim, I think you'll enjoy
Yeah.
uh the Evil Lord. Especially the gag where they're like, "Hey, you shouldn't have sex on this planet. There's an STD around that makes guys' junk explode."
Yeah.
He's like, oh
And
shit.
yeah, and they were like, also like it doesn't affect women and it has no assigns. So if you have sex with a woman who has the STD, it's gone, and we can't regenerate it. That's how bad it is.
That's no more population for you.
And then he and his buddy who are like seeking to like become men just look at each other and they're like, "Yeah, no, we're let's put this challenge on hold for now." Yeah, let's not do this on this planet.
No, we're gonna bounce.
I mean, they have to stay there for school related stuff. But yeah. Anyways, that was what I've read and what I wanted to summarize.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have been
Okay.
currently
Okay.
gushing over Undead Unluck, because it recently ended. And I gotta say, definitely worth a watch, if not a read, because the way the artist draws some of these panels really gives some of these characters some really damn good expressions. Like, of course, not going into too much detail because it isn't a currently ended manga and everything like that. But there is a character, her name is Tatiana, and so Undead Unluck is a this universe is has a lot of things missing from it basically. It starts off with this girl. This is basically the synopsis in most cases. It's not too much of a spoiler. She's finally done with her favorite manga. Her favorite mangaka released the last volume of her manga, and she goes, "I can die now." And before she could there's a reason, of course. uh her Anybody she touches, something bad happens to them. It ended up killing her parents in a plane crash. So she's just super unlucky. She's lived her life without any sort of like physical touch ever since this power manifested in her and everything like that. And because she's so unlucky, she's just like, I'm done. I finally got to read my favorite manga. My favorite manga ended. I don't need anything else in the world. Go for it. And then this guy comes up. His name is, it's Undead. Basically all the power systems start with and whatever follows it is their power. This guy comes up and stops her from killing herself, of course, and talks her through it. And turns out this guy's lived for hundreds and hundreds of years, and he hears her talk about her ability and immediately goes, "Hey guy, I want to die. Give me the best death you can." And like, oh god, it's great. I love it. It's so silly. I think he's lived forever. He's basically forgotten his name. She gives him the name Andy, and
Yeah.
by the end of the first episode, he's like, "I'll make you love me so much because your power makes it so the more you love somebody, the more bad luck they get. That you will give me the ultimate death that I could possibly have." And I gotta say, throughout reading the manga, that romance, it's it's slow, it's steady, and it makes sense. And I love it. And it is a two-part manga. And I am only reading two of these like two-part mangas because I'm pretty sure Chainsaw Man's going to end on two parts.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like Chainsaw Man's gonna end on two parts.
Yeah.
And I am really enjoying that concept because these two-part mangas seem to be being like, well, here's your first story, we revved up, and then we're gonna rev up some more, and then here's your happy ending. It's great. The romance between them evolved very nicely, and I love that. And this show is sick as fuck, man. There is this character. She is my favorite character. She's in the first season of the anime. Her name's Tatiana, and she's untouchable. She has lived her life in a metal ball because she cannot touch anybody. And on her birthday, her sixth birthday, I believe, she had just vaporized her parents. The power manifested, and she just vaporizes them. So there is a
super sad.
it is the first part of this manga, this story is sad, and it is supposed to be sad because it's supposed to be reflecting why the world is the way it is. And I won't get into that because that is obviously one of the biggest spoilers that I could probably talk into. I'd definitely recommend you watching it. But there's things in this universe like there are no stars. Winter is a monster. Autumn is a monster, and they killed it, and now it's winter all the time or some shit. But if they don't do it, they suffer a worse consequence via an apocalypse book that gives them missions of sorts. It's really good. It's definitely, I can rant on a lot about it, but my one of my favorite relationships is the relationship between Tatiana, this little girl who couldn't be touched, which, if I remember correctly, I think she got stolen or something and tried to be auctioned off, and then one of the guys came up and found a way, like found out that when she opens her mouth there's an opening, and made super long cakes so she could eat something like sweet for the first time, and that relationship made like a father-daughter relationship, and it is tested in the season, and I highly recommend you watch it. It is a great show. It is a great manga. The manga actually brings out a lot of good illustrations. It's kind of like watching the One Piece anime compared to reading it. The mangaka puts so much work in their stuff
Mm-hmm.
that you can tell no matter what medium you're watching in, they definitely took care of it as an anime and reflected that. But in the manga form, you can really see how hard this person worked on it. And I don't quote me on it, but I do believe the mangaka did actually work on Chainsaw Man before. Because there was like 3 of them that left and went to go work on their own things. I believe.
Believable.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. I love it. Main character apparently looks like a himbo, but he's not. This bitch will like bite his finger off and use his blood as a bullet. He's just so old that he like so old and lived so long that he's just used to
He
this shit.
Just zero fucks given at this point.
Oh, definitely. And it's funny as shit because like it's gonna sound bad, but I find it kind of funny because the way the anime's set up, it doesn't feel as bad as it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just times where this man goes, whoop, grab your titties, and then a meteor just comes out and spites him. He gets like instant karma at the same time, and it's like, I love that. I just love that. He's like, oop, gotta touch your face some, and then like the first season is basically him going, touch me, and slaps his hand or something, and a meteor fucking spites him out from the universe for some goddamn reason. Or he explodes for something, like something bad, so bad happens to him that he ends up, quote unquote, dying, and that's how they win their fucking fights, and it's great. By which also makes her feel useful and not like not loved in some way to where she doesn't feel like she'll kill everybody that she's around. So that's the type of relationship I'm talking about. But per that blooms a relationship of this person trusted me and I cannot hurt this person. You know?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's cute.
I don't know. I it ended. It was a really good ending. And I'm very excited to see it animated. I think part 2 is going to be absolutely amazing. Part 2 is a plot twist, just like Chainsaw Man's was. I'm enjoying what these mangakas are doing. They don't have to keep their story going on forever. It can end.
Mhm.
I don't know.
No, I like that. That story can end. Because I feel like oftentimes, yeah, maybe the manga or the light novel ends. Sometimes the anime just drags on and on. It's like, okay, we get it. Hey, hey, hey! Stop smacking me!
What?
Stop it! Hey!
Cat slap. Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. It's not even just end. It ended on the note that it should have ended on. They didn't pull it out too long. They told their story, and it doesn't feel like they were pushed to make more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The manga could put their foot down and was like, "This is the story."
Crow says,
Because you know
"Why
how they
kill
would be.
everyone when you can just kill me?"
Oh no.
Oh no! Hey! Throwing cheese, chat.
Well, she goes best for last. What did you watch, dear Phoenix?
So I
Ah,
have had quite a interesting week. So I have knocked out about 5 animes.
Jesus.
which is
man.
which is normally not something that you will see from me.
Okay.
This week would just happen to be a little weird, and I had a little bit more free time than I normally do.
Okay.
So I have watched here. My instant death ability is overpowered, which was
Oh, I read the
so,
manga for that one.
which is
That one's
so fucking ridiculous, and I love it.
Mhm.
So the synopsis of this is this guy, he's basically under government watch, I'm not sure what happened or how he got out of it, but for him and his class get like summoned to this world of sages. Um, and he doesn't get a real power, but he already had this instant death ability. Just by thinking about it, just by thinking about the person or sensing malice in any way, like drops dead, done, instant death. Um, so he's going through this world with one of his people who I forget what her name is.
It's all good.
Who has this ancient spirit in her, like the guardian angel of her ancestors. So like some sort of like shrine maiden that's like like combat oriented, like does this whole thing. Um, and they travel around, and basically she's learning to do like combat training and fighting martial arts and all this stuff, and then he's just like, oh well, the person wanted to hurt me, so I just thought about killing them and they died. So they start off with like killing a dragon because it's like, well, the dragon wanted to eat me, so dead.
Phoenix died episode 1. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It was very luckily I didn't have any contact with him. But my cousin Joey, who was killed frame 1. Man, fuck that guy.
Is his last name Wheeler?
No.
It reminds me of all those times you watch like a shonen or like an action anime, and it's just like I can feel his bloodlust.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, in episode 3 or 4, they run into a classmate, and he's got the trait Dominator, which is it was a whole creepy thing to begin with. Like he went hard to like the BDSM thing. But one of his like guards is an assassin class, and it's like she's stalking them and completely invisible, like has the trait to be invisible. He walks onto the hallway, feels her bloodlust, and then all of a sudden she dies and becomes uninvisible. And then they call down to the hotel staff, and they're like, yeah, there's a dead body over here. And it's just like, well, why would you tell them that? Well, they're gonna find out some point. I also watched my isekai life. I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. Typical.
Oh, that one's fun.
Yeah.
This guy's always fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
I'm a big
typical
fan of slime.
isekai. This guy comes in. He's a loner at work. He doesn't team up with anyone because they get in the way and shit. He learns along the way that friends are good. But he's a monster tamer, and of course, when he first gets there, he just runs into a colony of slimes. So all of his kind of backup are just slime based, like hundreds of slimes. And he's overpowered and can transfer magic to them. Like in episode 3, he takes down an episode like a cataclysmic class dragon. A lot of dragon killing this week. And
Oh, no.
yeah, and
He's just watching his family get smaller and smaller.
I know, and it was already pretty small. And he travel. He'll save a town, and then he'll travel because it's like, well, I don't want, I don't want to have any like friends or like, oh, they know too much. I'm gonna just go. And eventually he kind of like by the 12th episodes he kind of learns that friends good.
The power of friendship.
Power of friendship.
Ayo.
Ayo. I currently watching possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. All
Sounds
time.
fun.
That one has been fun. I enjoy that. Basically kind of same isekai deal. He gets brought in and
It's isekai trash.
it's isekai trash. He gets brought in. He happens to have all of these skills and goddess blessings and all that stuff. And then he, travels to the big city where he ends up having to pick up slaves, but he doesn't like slaves because he comes from Earth. And then it turns out that no, they use a slave word, but what they really mean is lifelong contract, not like really kind of justifying. I didn't like that part, but it turns out that he has an elf girl now, and he's in trouble because he keeps making toilets to fix the sewer system, and he keeps doing a whole bunch of like crazy. He's bringing Earth technology into this like medieval fantasy world. I just finished Parallel World Pharmacy, and that's kind of the same deal. This guy
Is that the one with Reiji and Noila?
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Hello World Pharmacy.
I'm not good with names.
Oh, that might be Drugstore in Another World. Hold on.
Drugstore in another.
Okay, yeah.
Is
this
I'm
like
trying to
world,
remember myself.
this like world famous pharmaceutical chemist, works himself to death, so he gets reincarnated as somebody into like a pharmacist family in like this medieval fantasy world, with all of his memories intact, that type of shit.
Oh, okay. Is it the one where everybody
Nice
freaks
speech.
out like really
Say
negatively at
goodbye to
first?
your legs.
Right?
Yeah.
Why am I saying goodbye to my legs, Crow? What?
Wait,
Mhm.
what? No.
I
And
mean,
then-
hey, all the other dragons are being attacked. Why not you?
Oof.
Look, just burning some villagers. Look what you made me do. All right. And then the last one, which is what I wanted to
Renegade all you
save.
want, won't get your leg back.
I wanted to save because I know somebody here will be so excited about it.
Oh.
Last night,
Drowning, isn't it?
yeah, last night I finished campfire cooking in another world with my amazing ability
Yay!
or my absorb skill.
My absurd skill.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it was so good. And you
Yeah,
can
it's
find out more about that on Light Novel Brownie.
Yeah,
you can.
Featuring a little
Almost
goblin.
a natural
That-
plug there.
More. But it is so good, and I've enjoyed it immensely. And I just, by the end of the first season, you kind of understand why he's there. So this guy, Makoshi, no,
Mokuda.
Mokuda, gets brought in by Hero Summon, another isekai thing. I like isekais. With
Who doesn't?
like 3 high schoolers, and they're all like, oh yeah, I got power, like I can do shit, like I'm ready to fight. And he gets like online grocery. So basically he can bring up a browser window and like order stuff online from his grocery store.
I have a fun fact.
Yeah, I like fun facts.
Do you have a fun fact?
Really quick fun fact. Did you know that
Mm.
Amazon Japan and Cola Japan did a collab with Campfire Cooking for marketing ads?
I was wondering why there was Pepsi branding and like actual
Yeah.
branding in there. All right. Well, that is a
Yeah.
fun fact. No, that
There you
answers
go.
that answers that question.
It's okay. Coca-Cola being a piece of shit, Pepsi making the right moves. Be
That's
in
right.
an anime.
That's right.
In an anime.
Um, fuck around, find out. Uh, you know,
Exactly.
but so basically with that, he starts cooking. He's living his life. He wants to be a merchant. He has yet to be a merchant in the series. But or from what I've seen, but he lives his life, and he gets Freer, not Freerin, she's the elf.
I love Karen.
Fox,
Different anime there.
yeah, the fox or wolf thing. Fenrir,
Fenrir?
Fenrir. Um,
Fenrir, yeah.
which is like a legendary monster, like second only to like the dragon god of destruction. And because the dog that likes his food, he forms a familiar
Dog.
contract. So he because he's like second only to the god of destruction. It basically brings back for ingredients like S class B S class monsters and, and like taking down herds and herds and herds of these things. Uh, so it's gotten to the point where now whenever he goes to the guild butchery, you know, he's making minimum 5,000 gold, and according to like like the yen conversion, like 25 gold coins is equivalent to like 250,000 yen or something, like enough for a family of four to like live comfortably for like 4 months. So now he's mad or scared that he's gonna get robbed because he's just like, what am I doing with all this money? And I just think that's great. I've been enjoying this immensely. And I can't wait to hear more about it from Light Novel Brownie.
It is hopefully you will tune into my garbage as but on the other hand, you will get to see it animated as well because Mappa did confirm that Campfire Cooking is getting a second season.
Nice,
Oh, Mappa.
nice. I'm about it.
Mhm.
Is that why they canceled Yuri on Ice?
No.
Did Mappa do Uranus?
I think so, didn't they?
Hold on, I'm gonna check. Hold on. I want to fact check this.
The animation style, though more modern, does look very similar.
Yeah,
It was
Mappa, Studio
It
Mappa.
was Mappa. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Mappa.
It was Mappa.
Yeah.
You know,
Are
take
they-
the anime that put them on the fucking map and then throw it out the window and say, I gotta focus on other
Yeah.
things.
It's made us enough money. Yeah, let's just do the next
Yeah.
thing.
Bam! Into the trash can.
Who owns the rights to Yuri on Ice? Does Mappa own the rights?
It was produced by Mappa.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Keep talking.
Okay, because I know sometimes when it comes to that stuff, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
when it comes to reincarnated as a slime, like the author is Fuse. So it's like he has the rights to it. So like he gets to do whatever he wants with the series.
That's
It
so
happens
fair.
to get animated by 8-bits. I know 8-bits in a lot of hot water right now because they botched
Yeah.
the fucking second season of Blue Lock.
Yeah, they fucking did.
Yeah.
And I don't even watch Blue Lock, and I know that shit.
Yeah.
Although it's
Well,
nice to
a
know
lot of
that
people are-
slideshows are popular.
Yeah. A lot of people are attributing it to the fact that they spread themselves too thin. Like, apparently, because they're not fucking Mappa, apparently, 8-Bit was working on Blue Lock, Shy, and Reincarnated as a Slime at the same time.
Oh damn! Yeah, they spread themselves
Yuri
thin.
on Ice was canceled by Mappa due to concerns about profitability.
Mm,
Oh, got you. Support your enemies.
yeah,
Buy merch.
Yeah, because a
Buy
lot
the-
of people at the time, I'm assuming,
Buy
weren't
Blu-rays.
watching it
On Crunchyroll.
on Crunchyroll
Yeah,
because
everybody
there are
pirates.
some people that just can't afford it.
Yeah, everybody pirates.
Yeah.
Support your animes.
Your
Buy
anime.
the books.
Huh?
Watch the animes on sites where you have to subscribe. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember one time I did a subscription to Jump and to Viz, even
Mhm.
though I never used it. I would
Yeah.
still read the manga off of a pirate site, but I still gave money to Shonen Jump and to Viz
Oh,
Media.
Another issue was lack of control over production. which means Mappa didn't fully own the rights to the series. So
Oh.
they didn't have enough authority to continue on with plans because they were cut.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting.
So I wonder how, like, percentage-wise, how much of this was Mappa's decision to just axe Yuri on Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
from
a
what I can
substantial
tell, a lot
amount.
From what I
My
can
thing
tell, a
is
lot of
that
people
they
love it.
announced it. They strung us along for almost 4 years, and then said, "Nah, we're canceling it."
It happens, unfortunately.
I know, but like, it just sucks.
You never think it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
happen to
know.
you. In
Yeah,
your
exactly.
anime.
Not mine. Not mine.
Oh,
Gay
trust
ice
me, I
skating
was upset
anime.
too, but I don't know. That's why.
I have enjoyed all of these animes that I have watched this week, and I'm excited to see what else we watch or what else I can find. Right now, I'm kind of at a general loss of these kinds of things. I like the like game menu aspect of my isekais. Some of them don't have it. It's very sage.
Oh.
But I think and Sui is fucking fantastic. Fucking
He's great. Once
fucking
again,
love
I don't.
slimes.
It's one of those things where it's like
Slimes.
I'm so biased when it comes to slime. That's like that's one of the reasons why I watched one of the ones that you mentioned, where it was just like, oh yeah, I got a second class and became overpowered.
Oh
or
yeah
something. It was like,
yeah.
it's like all of the promotional material was like him and his band of slimes. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. Absolutely, I'll
Yeah,
watch it.
it took me a while to get, because when they first introduced the slimes in the anime, they're just annoying, not cute. And then by like episode 3, they're like, all right, they're you. I got it. All right, this is just like their hive mind. Got it.
You want to
I
hear
love how the
some
dog's
fun,
just an idiot.
some fun breaking news that I got?
Breaking news.
I don't know who it is. I don't know what they're doing, and well, I know why, but tens of thousands of dollars of Pokemon cards have been stolen in raids across Melbourne. Homies just going in there and stealing Pokemon cards.
Because they're a bunch of children. That's why.
Well, I mean, we had
Yeah.
that problem a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, we still technically have that
We
problem.
still do.
Mhm.
It's just
What
not
a
as
price
overt.
collectors, you know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they
even
wouldn't do
sure.
that with Magic cards.
I'm not even sure.
Magic
if collectors
cards
might just,
are substantially more volatile.
Well, so
I
my
don't
thought
know.
on that is that I feel like they have to have some sort of knowledge of Pokemon cards because they're obviously stealing them to sell them,
Yeah.
scalp them, you know? So they have to have some knowledge of what cards are rare and shit like that.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that they're stealing Pokemon cards. I don't know why. I just do.
That's right, chat. Lock up your
Exactly.
Pokemon cards.
I only
Great
have 2
attention,
Pokemon
so-
cards, so don't have much to lock away.
That's good. That's good.
Dude, I think I have like 2 starter decks that I bought.
I used to collect Pokemon
Oh wait, that's right. I
cards.
do have a
That's
starter deck
awesome.
because like you started playing, and then
Yeah.
and then you stopped.
I only played a few matches with Callahan, and then it's just like, this is fun, I guess. But it's just like, I guess it's just not up my alley. I guess I just don't have that much fun with card games.
Yeah, card games aren't really.
Honestly,
I
I
like
never
the
knew how
art
to
on the cards, but I
play.
don't really.
Yeah, I was like, I never knew how to play. I just collected the art.
Yeah.
I
I like card
remember
games.
I remember when that interview came out with the guys behind the Pokemon trading card game like came out, and it was just like the Q&A. That's right, the Q&A video where like people were asking them. I was like, oh, this is my favorite Pokemon. Why doesn't it have like that many cards? It's like, I guess my question is, what what basis do you guys go off of to make Pokemon cards? And like the director literally came out and said, oh, we basically just make cards based off of our favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, if you don't, it's like my favorite Pokemon's what's the stage 1 Mantike,
Mhm.
Manatite, the little manta ray Pokemon.
Yeah, Mantike.
Mantike. It's like there's very few of those cards, and he's like it's like, oh, I don't think there's very few. He literally looks it up. There's 2 across every single generation. There's 2. And it's like, yeah, it's my favorite Pokemon. I'm wondering why there's so little. And he's like, oh yeah, well, like me and the other director, our favorite Pokemon are Charizard and Gengar. And then like
Tons of those.
they type it into the machine, and there's like 100 of each card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of variants of Gengar and Charizard, and it's just like, well,
Oh.
there you go. They just do their favorites.
Yeah.
I just imagine going to prison over Pokemon
The
cards.
cards. What are you in for?
Everybody's also like, Team Rocket did what?
What?
These fuckers came in with bins, like trash bins. What the hell? These fucking idiots, man. The original anime.
I watched the
Okay.
original Pokemon, probably about 5-6 years ago. Like, I rewatched it. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
always love the fact that everyone forgets that Pikachu started off as a complete dickhead. And I
absolutely.
fucking love it so much. Dickhead
I mean, I
Pikachu
never forgot.
is fantastic. Well, no one really talks about
Fuck
it.
you, ass, Zap.
Yeah, fuck you, Ash.
What do you mean? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
that.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not like Ash willingly chose Pikachu.
Well, yeah. But
Man's alarm broke, and he got left with Pikachu or Jack.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh no. I'm a fan of the Pokemon theory that the reason children get sent out into the world to hunt Pokemon, and why they don't have why there aren't many male characters, is because the world has just finished a world like a world war.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that
and
theory.
so there's like, all right, well, go earn for the family. Go like, yeah, you at
You
10
win
years
off
old.
your tournament, buddy.
Yeah, please
Back
go
when
win
Pikachu
and
was,
bring home money, please.
Yeah, back when Pikachu was a fat fuck crow, that was
Yeah.
only in the games and the art. Although I will admit, I do wish that there was like a fat
He was
Pikachu on the show.
he was a little chonkier in the beginning. He was a little chonkier.
Donkey.
Not that much.
Not much, but he was a little chonkier. The cards definitely made him look like a big boy. But
Oh yeah,
he was a little
No,
chonkier in the
if you ever
early
look
seasons.
up the if you ever look up the first Pikachu card, yeah, that was big Chongus
That
levels of
yeah,
chunky.
that was a big boy. I love the
I remember when they did the Dynamax thing, and it was the classic Pikachu.
yeah.
What?
That yeah, initially with the Dynamax thing, they hailed it back to the
OG
chunk,
Pikachu.
yeah, the chonky one. But I love the people who take like the like do those workout videos where they're like training to be a Pokemon, being as strong as Ash, and it's like, but they bring up the Pokemon car facts, and it's like, yeah, here's Ash holding up a picture of Pidgey. Pidgey's actually like 300 pounds.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh yeah, I remember
Or
that,
what was it?
yeah.
That one Pokemon that's like 2 billion tons or some shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, look.
yeah, it says like the densest matter can be.
I think the one that sticks out vividly in my head is the weight of Diglett, and then there's just that character who has a Diglett in his hat.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Cosmog.
Hey guys, I am sorry to cut short my time here, but I have got a really bad headache, and
Oh.
I think I'm gonna go
You're
take a
good.
shower and go take some
Yeah.
medications and stuff. So, thanks for having me again today.
Yeah. Thanks
Love
for
you
joining
all.
us.
I'm gonna go
Oof.
crash out in the shower now. Bye bye.
Go
Woof,
crash out
woof.
in the
Bark,
shower.
bark.
In the shower.
Why not? Crash out in the shower. It's relaxing.
Get that shower
Until you
beer.
fall asleep in the shower, you know.
I mean, it's not. It's not like she's gonna build up 2 inches of water in the shower.
Yeah, she's fine.
You can drown in a tablespoon of water.
It's 2 inches of water. I know the quote.
All right. Well, anyway, enjoy, Nugget. Feel better.
I need to run off and take a shower here soon.
Yeah, we are actually at an hour and a half mark. So I think it's probably best to call it here for today. Join us next week for well, we don't know yet, but I believe it might be Nuggets'
Wait,
choice.
whose turn is it?
Yeah, it's Nuggets'
I
choice.
think it's the Nuggets' choice.
Oh, okay.
We will potentially be switching up the schedule or in some way since we are making Star join us more frequently. It's only right for her to have a week. So we will be working on that. But stay tuned for that. But we will you'll find out next week what we're gonna be watching. Y'all have a wonderful day or night. Remember, you can follow Dat Brownie at Light Novel Brownie on YouTube. You can follow Star at Flaming Stars 56 on Twitch. And you can follow The Sleepy Corpse, who is streaming currently at the moment. And Lovers Chat. Lovers. You can, of course, follow me here. Lovers Chat. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're gonna rate out. Who are we rating out to? Let's think here. Let's rate out to. Oh, we're gonna rate out the Suika. He's back. Oh, that's cute. All right. And hey,